Hello, darlings. Let me take you into a garden in the midsummer night. At least it was my inspiration for this journal. I wanted it to be a dreamy journey through page by page into a garden where everything is still, where you take steps in a bit moist ground, not entirely morning dew, but here in Finland, midsummer night is the one where the sun never sets. So it isn't dark, but it isn't entirely light. It's the dreamy place between reality and dreams. And that's where I want to take you with this book. I have made the covers using actually 3 old book covers, and then the whole spine of the book is made from scrapbook paper and lace. It's not a whole book. I have just attached book pages, book covers in there, and I have used a Tim Holtz stencil here to cut a hole into my cover for this smaller book cover here, and then I have covered the whole cover with Finnair tissue paper with soft matte gel, and just sewed it all over and attached some wrinkled cardboard between these covers and so on. And there are some, I think there are 49 and market flowers, I think. I have a huge box of flowers that are not in their original packaging, so I'm not sure, but I think they look like 49 and market flowers. And then there is Finnair tiny little mini art stones in there. And I have made the covers after I have made the book, and then binded it in here, and voila. Everything is a story. You are a story. I am a story. Frances Hutton Burnett. And again, I have filled all the nooks with as much inspiration as I have managed. Mostly I think they are all prints. They are not actually vintage ephemera here. Someday, some evening, our faith in miracle is measured. Tommy Taberman, my favorite Finnish poet. By the light of the moon, I dream. This print is made or scanned from a tiny little aquarelle painting I have that's from 1890s. To be alive is power. Emily Dickinson. Sommarmånad, which means summer months. And here Though she is but little, she is fierce. You know by who, by whom. And I have left how the quote goes, leave some room for imagination in your heart or something. But yes, I have left room for some heartfelt, imagined or felt things. Smell the raindrops. Find the magic, gentle touch of wings. Here I have used actually scraps. This book is made of scraps and paper garden prints from Fairy Tale Garden theme kit printables. But the papers are from... I think they are all in all, they are from 7 Dot Studios, Team Holtz, and 49 and Market, and the 10 some real vintage papers, and a lot of scraps. These all the scrapbook papers are from leftover scraps, and then there are even the die cut leftovers in here that I love to use. And in the moonlight, and the time stood still. And I don't even remember what I have put in here. It's so long since I have made this book. Oh, there is this tiny little fairy dancing. And I have used soft material to secure every page and kind of sealing it. Then I have used Finnabair soft material, yes, but Finnabair heavy gesso and then impasto paints in brown and black for distressing all the pages. And here is something in here. Enchanted evening in my dreams. And then there is print. And enchanted, she smiled and found quiet miracles. I think I'm going back for a moment and try to get a proper look for you. It's always a balance between using the whole book and then seeing the details. They don't actually kind of fit into the same same screen. So here we were, and then we were in here. Foxglove, magic, creativity. And then what have we got in here? Beautiful prints. All the prints are from Paper Garden, of course. They are made by me, after all. The bird song, music of her thoughts. I can only imagine what kind of a quote or a memory or a note could suit in here, but I left it. I was tempted, but I left it blank. Full bloom this day. in the garden, silent magic, silent magic of soft petals falling. This print is from a book that all European countries plead to the Russian emperor for guaranteeing Finland their autonomical, position in the Russian Empire in the 1800s. Her heart was a secret garden. Wild rose, gentleness, adoration, where hope grows. And then there is this, measure ruler. And here, it's kind of kindness filling the air. And then a lot of prints. I couldn't decide what to put and what to leave, so I put everything. Blossom by blossom, a garden. And you are a masterpiece. I leave these out for a moment and take these out too. Blossoming like a crown. And brings summer night, happiness in me. Be your own sunshine and skin of life. And now I can show you it a bit closer. Oops, let's put these back. I love to play with all the scraps and prints and your imagination, and add together things that won't actually maybe not be seen as the most convenient, most traditional combinations, like tiny little Patrick's Potter bunnies and those mouses, and then dreamy, romantic Lily Elsie postcard. Delighted heart. And glorious divine wildflower of a warrior. It's from a Finnish stamp image that I have used and added some texts. Do you suppose she's a wildflower? I think she's. They are. And delighted heart. For me, creating something out of nothing, basically, like in here, from scraps and from paper bits that I have saved because they are just large enough for making some kind of stencil, die cut images or bits of die cut images, and then using all the materials left from it, and some vintage book pages and so on. It's the most rewarding material base to use, and you can really let your creativity fly, maybe, and just see and challenge yourself to see what kind of a thing you can actually do this time. Sorry, Just a moment. I forgot to add the, you know, my battery was low. I don't want to cut this video. Deeply rooted. Cats. Glimmering in the sun, wings unfolded. Deeply rooted. Oh, I have forgotten to add I'll add it right now. Just a tiny amount of my hand-dyed lace. I think for this shade I have used rusty nail heads, that's for sure, and then I always forget what's myskisalvia in English it shades, but it's the one, the mystic one, oh darn, I forgot, but you know, the one I used as herbs. And then there are a lot of other dried flowers. And here. And the flowers holding their breath. Land of the midnight sun. Ruislinnun kaiku korvissani. From a Finnish poem, Nocturne. And then there are prints. This envelope I have used here is from the war. It's from 42, and it says Kenttäpostia, which means field post from the, you know, front line. Like a butterfly dancing in the wind in her heart. Come with me where dreams are born and time is never planned. Primrose, new beginnings. Well, how on you? My soul is in the sky, Shakespeare. Her heart was made of liquid sunsets, Virginia Woolf. Lukutodistus, which means, you know, your diploma, and some vellum prints. Actually, I leave them out for a moment. There was a tiny bit of a disaster almost coming in my way, because I forgot I hadn't sealed this page with an actual Vintage handwriting with ink pen. I hadn't sealed it with soft matte gel, which makes sure that the ink won't bleed at all. And I started to paint the edges with impasto paint, acrylic paint, and used my spray bottle and sprayed water on top of this, and of course it started to bleed immediately, and I tried to do my best to rescue it, but that's one of those things happens in life. Mistakes happen. Everywhere she looked, overflowing gently with kindness. Iris, friendship, hope and pride. And here, blossom by blossom, a garden. Fly wild to a place. Actually, listen, the whispering echoed gently in my dreams. Fly wild to a place. Everywhere magic blossoming like a crown with grace. I love to play with those texts. It's from my own poems, and I have just made some clippings from them. Only a sentence, half of it, an idea, and then mixing them to create those dreamy, a bit ethereal imprints on your heart. She stepped into the garden and she saw it. It was time, she whispered. She was ready. And beauty overflowed. And then a crocus, which represents joy, hope and new beginnings. And that was it. And as you can see, or maybe not, but I'll explain you. I have here one, 2, 3 and 4 signatures that I have stitched. I needed to have a moment to think how I did this, but yes, I first made this one, then I applied I attached to a scrapbook paper, actually Tim Holtz paper. It was flexible enough for this purpose. I applied a layer of vintage curtain lace with soft material and let it dry completely, and then painted it over first, primed it with gesso and then painted it with impasto paints. And when it was absolutely and completely dry, I attached this lace in the middle, and then I stitched each and every signature in place in here. And then I started to figure out how to make covers for it. And simply, as you can see, here is the lace covered scrapbook page, and here is actual book covers. So I simply glued this one together with this cover and did the same with this one, and tried to secure it a bit more with adding this lace also on the back, so that it's not only so that it would be a bit more secure to handle. It won't crack open immediately or at all, I hope, but because there is this secure part in here, both in this side and in the inner side in here. So that was it. A garden in the midsummer night, full of dreams and new beginnings. And I hope you enjoyed the journey. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you soon again. Bye bye, darlings.